Can you get me a chair?
I already have a lot of chairs at home. Let's talk about it.
Hello there, Clapperheads, and welcome to a brand new edition of ClapperTalks. I'm Nick Dorian.
And I'm his friend Kelvin Tay.
And we are finally going to be talking about the recent reboot.
Okay. I haven't watched Naked Gun in a long time. Okay, I was supposed to go watch it in the cinema, but I haven't had time. Okay, because I got a lot of things going on right now, and then I finally watched it yesterday because it came out in HD. So yes, we're going to talk about Naked Gun. It's a long time coming. It's bloody amazing.
Yes.
And all I want to say is Liam Neeson, Pamela Anderson was wow. Just wow.
Naked Gun is a film that I appreciate so much because of one reason and one reason alone. They stuck true to the essence of the Naked Gun.
Which brings me to the first thing that I want to talk about. If you have not watched the original Naked Gun,
Yes.
okay, and you think that this is going to be another ha-ha comedy, it would be very, very, very bad for you without context.
Yes.
Mainly because the comedy back then in the 80s and in the 90s is so unique.
Yes.
Specifically to whatever Leslie Nielsen.
Yes.
Leslie Nielsen's level comedy back then is not for everyone. And I might sound like an asshole saying this, but you need a certain level of intelligence and also cultural references, specifically American cultural references,
Yeah.
to truly appreciate the puns, the joke, and the slapstickness of it all.
Yes. I would agree with you in a certain sense, but I also want to say that I think this Naked Gun, I feel it is for everybody. I feel like even if some of the jokes may not land with you, some of the other jokes will definitely land with you. It's not like you're going to go into the film and be like, I don't understand it one bit. There's enough for everybody to enjoy.
Okay, I'm just saying this in a sense where if you are...
Choose your words. Choose your words very carefully. Yes, Kelvin Tay, if you are
not proficient in English, okay,
nice words.
It will really go over your head because
yes.
Sorry, I need to find the actor's name. Okay, when Frank Drebin Jr. first met Beth Davenport in the office scene, he's like, have a seat. And then she
literally took the seat.
She, number one, said that she don't need a seat because she has a lot at home already. And then after the scene ends, she literally took it out.
Yep.
Right? If you don't understand, all right, or if you're not proficient with English, you'll be like, huh? Why?
Yes.
Right.
Because these are jokes that are very, very, very literal. And that's what makes it hilarious. Because you know a setup is coming, but it's just such a literal thing of like, yeah, have a seat.
Yeah.
Okay, cool, thanks. I'll take you home.
And that's also one thing I truly enjoy because people who are excited for the 2025's Naked Gun knows about the setup and the literal dry jokes that they have. They set you up.
Yes.
Like there's one scene where Frank Drebin Jr. was interviewing one of the suspect, which is a black guy. And then
God, the Busta Rhymes scene.
Yeah,
yes.
right?
Yes.
And then he goes into the interrogation room and he takes out a report. Here's your rap sheet, right? And then the actor being black, you'll be like, okay, is this going to be a rap joke, right? But no, it's a proper rap sheet.
Yes.
And then you're like, okay, I see what you did there.
That's what makes the original Naked Gun so iconic.
Yes.
Like, for people that grew up in the 80s and 90s, I think it's safe to say if you're a movie buff in that era, the Naked Gun you would have watched at least once in your life.
Yes.
It was one of the best comedies of its era at the time. And honestly, when they said that they were rebooting it, I think a lot of us were afraid.
Yes.
Because there is that tendency for a reboot to almost become a parody of itself.
Correct.
But the entire way through, I'm like, this is the Naked Gun. This is the Naked Gun humor. And I'm like, I couldn't be more ecstatic that they got that right. Because if they didn't, I think it would have failed miserably.
Because I also feel like the 2025 Naked Gun, they were on a very, very, very slim tightrope.
It was hard. They had a very thin line to balance.
Yes, because if you were to go back to the original Police Squad back in 1982, movies like Airplane, for example, right? Even to a certain extent, any of the scary movie franchise films, right? It is very blatantly sexist. It is very masochist. It is. If any of that film were to come out today, it will be a wet dream for the cancel culture, is how I would put it.
I would put it was a product of its time.
Yes.
Yes, it was very much a product of its time. And honestly, I'm very surprised that the Naked Gun hasn't been cancelled by now.
Exactly. Because they balanced it so well that it didn't feel sexist, masochist, or anything at all. It just feels like a really, really good time.
Yes. And what I appreciated the most about it, honestly, Leslie Nielsen is an iconic actor. Like, only he could pull off that kind of a role. But Leslie Nielsen, I am astounded how well he pulled this off.
Yes.
He is now the face of the Naked Gun, and I am perfectly okay with that. He is the perfect successor to Leslie Nielsen. Coming back to what you said about how at that time we had Airplane, Naked Gun, and then scary movies.
Favorite films.
The Naked Gun and Police Squad, I feel, was the OG. It was the one that started it all of this particular genre of comedic films.
To a certain extent, you can even use the word quintessential.
Yes.
The OG.
OG with that specific type of humor. I think parody films wouldn't have happened without, again, films like Airplane, The Naked Gun. Those are the granddaddies of them all.
Or even Dracula,
Dracula, Dead and Loving It. Yes.
Oh my God, man.
Dracula, Dead and Loving It. And you know what? I've missed films like that. I've missed humor like that. But again, I'm not bashing cancel culture because there's a lot of things that, yes, deserve to be cancelled in this day and age. But I think because of that hypersensitivity and the hyper-awareness of DEI and trying not to rub people the wrong way, those kind of films slowly started to dissipate. The whole scary movie franchise kind of just blew up on itself. There was like disaster movie, superhero movie, all of that I just disappeared because you really can't make that type of humor anymore. So, I thought that was the end of it. I'll never get those films again. And this Naked Gun, I think, has reinvented or reinvigorated that formula again. And the fact that they're making a new scary movie now, I'm like, ooh. Are we going to be, is this a new renaissance for that type of humor?
Because you also did mention, correct me if I'm wrong, Nick, is that Leslie Nielsen started off as a serious actor. Like he does a lot of drama, a lot of action film, right?
He was inspired by people like Cary Grant and all that. He wanted to be a serious, proper actor.
Same goes for Liam Neeson as well, because he is best known for Taken. Right?
Yes.
Fortunately or unfortunately, I don't know who you are, but if I find you, I'll kill you. And then he's also Qui-Gon Jinn, for example, right? And he plays a whole like I'm just looking at the list now, right? He plays a lot of serious film. He's the serious dad figure action film actor. And then when we saw him at Naked Gun, where the scene where he has his leg up with the underwear out, right? And it's like, shit, could he be our generation?
Leslie Nielsen.
Of Leslie Nielsen. And I had that big question. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
And I had that big question mark, right? And after watching the Naked Gun last night, all I can say is, fuck, he really, really pulled it off.
He did. Like, if he is this generation's Leslie Nielsen, I am perfectly okay with that because I think he can pull this off to a T. Honestly, I'm excited to see if they're going to make sequels to this because they have to. They have to at this point because that is just how perfect this film is. That I think because we all know him as this action star, it just made sense that now he is essentially parodying all the action films that he used to do. And he brings that formula into this as well. Like, there are a few certain sequences where I'm like, this is real Taken stuff. Like, you see that come out of him, and then he just blows it out of the water. Like, the fight sequence, where they're fighting, and then all of a sudden, he just rips the arms off the person and starts whacking them with it.
Yeah. And then he did a scare, and then went for the nuts.
I'm like, yes, this is what I've been waiting for. And no disrespect to Leslie Nielsen. There will never be another Leslie Nielsen, but yes, Liam Neeson comes pretty damn close.
Yep.
Now, after the break, we're going to be talking more about the actors and, of course, the main story of The Naked Gun. So stay tuned for that right after this.
Beep boop.
So, on top of Liam Neeson, we, of course, have Pamela Anderson, who is experiencing her own renaissance at the moment.
Yes.
If you haven't seen The Last Showgirl, that really proved how well Pamela Anderson can act. She's not just the ditzy blonde anymore. She has true acting chops. And again, showed it in this. Because it's undeniable, humor like this is fairly tricky to pull off.
Correct.
You may think, oh, this is easy. It takes a lot of skill to pull this off. And Pamela Anderson is absolutely fantastic in this. She proves that she is a powerhouse when it comes to acting, and we should not look down on her anymore. I mean, we shouldn't have at the beginning. I know a lot of people have, but she deserves as much credit as Liam Neeson got for this.
Yep.
Like the sequence in the club.
Oh my God.
The
When she starts scatting.
The scat sequence, I'm like, 100% yes. That was the part that I was like, I am sold.
And I also feel like the chemistry between the both of them, like it is no secret anymore that they have some kind of romance tornado going on.
I'm happy for the two
Right
of them.
now.
They look so
And
sweet together.
They do.
Yeah.
They do. And it translates into screen as well.
Yes. Like with Leslie Nielsen's The Naked Gun, we had Priscilla Presley, who was his counterpart. And they, again, were fantastic. But Pamela Anderson filling in Priscilla Presley, who also had a cameo in it as well. She fit perfectly. The two of them have such chemistry together that it was absolutely a delight to see the two of them bounce off each other comedically as well.
You know, I had an idea yesterday when I was watching The Naked Gun, right? Like what you like to call a renaissance of them coming back, right? If this were to be like a segue film into a buddy cop, right?
Yeah.
You know who I would feel like I want to see being portrayed next to Liam Neeson? Denzel Washington. Can you imagine them both at a comedy buddy cop film on the scale of The Naked Gun?
I don't think Denzel would do this type of humor.
I'm just saying, you know, what if, you know, in a alternate universe, it's a buddy cop film like Lethal Weapon, for example, but comedy? Like, fuck me, man.
I was just about to say, I know he's getting on with age at the moment, but if Danny Glover can come and do this with Neeson, now that would be perfection. Because, of course, back in the day, we did have O.J. Simpson as
which was portrayed in the film. So, hey, Dad, and then he looks into the screen.
We're not doing the O.J. stuff. Yep. But you know, it would be, if they do make a sequel, I would like to see who they would cast for that particular role.
Yep.
Back then, I know it's quite controversial to say now because, again, it was of its time. But let's face it, there was the token black guy in a lot of films. So in Naked Gun, O.J. Simpson was that token black guy character. So this, in the sequel, if we have a token black guy character, I would love to see Danny Glover be that one. I think that would be perfect. And of course, Breakout. I am really too old for this shit. But another actor that I just want to point out as well, even though he didn't have a lot of screen time, he still shined, was Paul Waterhauser as the essential partner to Frank Drebin Jr. And even though he didn't have a lot of screen time, he still managed to find a way to shine in that as just the guy that's like, why am I cleaning up this man's mess? Like, he looks so stressed trying to deal with Trevin.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? I love that. But the last thing that I want to touch on as well, which I am really grateful for, let's face it, comedic movies in this day and age just don't hit at the same as it did back then. Like, I think I was watching one video essay of why comedy films aren't the same anymore. And it really is true. I think the last greatest comedy film would have been Anchorman. And again, like I said, because of the whole cancel culture, films like this can't get made anymore. But I'm glad to see Naked Gun pull it off so well and so beloved now as well. I think it's got 90+% on Rotten Tomatoes and whatnot, that I'm like, okay, let's have great comedy films again, because I've missed just going to the theater and just laughing, turning off my brain at stupidity and laughing.
This last night at home, right? And I was thinking, this would have been an amazing experience if I were to watch it in the cinema.
Yes.
But at the same time, it's also one of those films where you can just cozy up on a Friday evening after you had a long fucking week of work.
Yes.
And then you just like, don't think, and watch something like this, and you'd be like, oh my God, what a way to end a weekend.
Yes.
Yeah.
Films like Tropic Thunder as well.
Oh my God.
See,
oh my God.
in the last 10 years, you cannot pick a specific comedy film that I was like, this is a classic. Again, Anchorman, Tropic Thunder, those are the last points of reference for a great comedy film. And again, okay, Happy Gilmore 2 as well. Bringing that humor back, and people seem to be receiving it well.
Correct.
I'm like, can we get films like this back again? Because I've missed that. I've missed going to the cinema and just enjoying and laughing nonstop. When we saw it at the press screening, being in that hall, hearing everyone laugh every 5 minutes, screaming at the screen, going, oh my God, what the fuck? Like, I've missed that experience. So moving forward, I hope we get more films like this. I'm waiting for that next Scary Movie film with the Wayans brothers coming back to do it. They're going to be spoofing. They've listed their films. I think Nope, a lot of Jordan Peele stuff. I think things like Heretic, Hereditary. I want these films back because that is a bygone era that deserves to be resurrected again. And doing it in a time where everything is sensitive, in a time where everything is stressed, in a time where there is so much turmoil going on in the world, we deserve to go to the cinema and just forget about the world for 2 hours and just have a good time.
Yeah.
So where would you put this on the Clapper meter?
Naked Gun, I would give it a solid 7.
7.
Because, I want to give it more. I definitely want to give it more. But there are some feeling points in the film where I feel like it is too filler.
Okay.
And I definitely dropped off in a few points.
Okay.
Too much talking, not enough haha. Because I was just comparing it to the classic films like the original Naked Gun and even Airplanes, where almost every scene there are some things that kind of make you like, what the fuck? Or there's scenes where it just makes you laugh. But this one, there is less of it. But I also understand where they're coming from, because a lot of things are cancelable right now, right? Yeah.
It's like we said, it's a very thin line to balance on, but they did it spectacularly. For me,
I 100% agree.
9 out of 10.
Okay.
Like for me, 9 out of 10, because I grew up with the Naked Gun and Police Squad and all that. I really think this was justifiably done. And again, like I said right at the beginning, it's not just a Naked Gun reboot. It is the Naked Gun.
Yeah. I just want to throw one thing out there, right? If this is your first Naked Gun and you have never watched any of the classic, shows like the original Scary Movie, shows like Airplane, shows like the OG Naked Gun, or even the
Hot
Police
Shots
Squad,
as well, I got to mention that.
Or Hot Shots. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
What do you think about comedies like this? Because for us, it's more like a nostalgia. We love it.
Yeah.
And a lot of the points that I've given to this film was actually back to the nostalgia of it all, right? But if you didn't grow up with comedies like this in the 80s or even in the 90s, what do you feel about it? Do you actually enjoy it, or do you just like it because everyone else likes it?
Yeah. Oh, last thing as well, because we never talked about them. Seth MacFarlane and The Lonely Island. Akiva Schaffer, I think that one is. That team up, I think, put them together is a perfect recipe, because I was worried when it was just Seth MacFarlane because we did get A Million Ways to Die in the West,
Okay.
which tried that formula but didn't quite work.
Yeah.
But I think with that combination, that's where the Naked Gun needs to be. Seth MacFarlane and the team of Lonely Island.
Okay.
So let's hope we get 2 more sequels, 2.5, 3 3/4. And if you want to do another Police Squad Files, I'll be totally okay with that.
We're game.
Come on, do it.
game.
Netflix, HBO Max, Amazon
are
Prime.
game.
Do Police Squad. So, as always, thank you so much again for watching. Let us know your comments about the Naked Gun down below. As usual, you can check out at ClapperCorn, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, all the usual social media platforms. I have been Nick Dorian.
And I'm Kelvin Tay.
As always, keep watching the movies.
Take care, guys.
3, 2, 1.